Well, now you know. Well, now you know. Oh. Who am I? Hello, beautiful conscious creators. I hope that you have started your day with nothing short of health, wealth, peace, love, and light. As we explore healing and conscious creation together in this space, I hope that you'll remember to be kind and patient with yourself and your thoughts. So, I wanted to share the tools that you can use, or the tools that I used to use. And I do actually still use these tools to just remind me of my gratitude of money. And it's just tips and tricks that you can use. And the first one is read about it, listen to podcasts about it, learn about it. There's a guy called Ken Honda, if I'm not mistaken. He's a Japanese uncle, and he speaks about, his approach to attracting money has a very soft, and it has a feminine touch to it, in terms of the fact that it has ease. It feels like ease. It's not, because if you understand the difference between masculine and feminine is more on the masculine is more on the putting in the execution, and executing, and while the feminine aspect of life, because there's a balance between the yin and the yang, the feminine is more the dream, the space where there is creation and the softness of allowing things to unfold, be allowing. So the feminine exists in the allowing, whereas the masculine exists in the execution of things. So he has a more feminine approach to the things that you can do in order to attract money into your life. But before I get into those tools, I just wanted to share a song recommendation for the day, and that is Sunshine by Takuya Kuroda. Yeah, I don't know. I'm pronouncing it phonetically so that you know how to spell it when you look it up. Yeah. So, yes, as I mentioned, the tips and the tricks that you can use is by one, learning about it. Just learn about it. Just give yourself the time and the room to learn about money, the money that you want to attract, and listen to the people who are at the level that you want to get to in terms of the wealth that you want to possess, because you don't need to be doing all of these extreme entrepreneurial things if you just want to live a cozy, small life with the family and friends that you have. If you want your life, and it's not, I don't want to use the word small, because it makes it, in my mind, it's almost an insignificant. No, not insignificant, but what I mean by small is that it's not out there. There's comfort in the smallness of it. There's fulfillment, which is what we're trying to get to. Feeling fulfilled about the life that you have. So if there's fulfillment in the smallness, in the small townness of it, for example, then you don't have to look up these extreme entrepreneurs who do this and the go-getter, and they're very hard and intense, and it's not necessary. But if there's a certain level that you want to get to, read about it, listen to podcasts, watch videos, find ways to put yourself in spaces where you're learning and consuming knowledge about it, because the more you understand, the easier it feels to call into your life. That's one. The second thing is, what I did was I put money in different pockets, and it was like, it started off as, I don't know how it started off. I can't even remember how it started, but I'd always put money, like a 10 rand note, in my pocket, and then fold my jeans, because you don't always have to wash your jeans. Well, personally, I don't always wash my jeans because I don't want to ruin them. But fold my jeans, put them away, and then fast forward like a month or two down the line, when I put on those jeans, I realize I have money. And so when I found this money, I always used to say, and this is an affirmation that I got from Bob Proctor: money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources on a continuous basis. And I just feel very lucky and excited about that day. Well, it would just boost the day because I found this 10 rand note in my pocket, 20 rand, 100 rand, I mean, you name it. I'd find it in my jacket pockets because I just leave it there. So it became a hack for me. It became a tool that now I use more often than not to say, oh, I can just leave it there. And then the next time I find it in my pockets or in whatever pocket that I'm looking in, whatever nook or cranny that I'm looking in, I will find this money and remember to affirm that money is always coming to me in increasing quantities. Thank you that money is always finding its way to me. Thank you that I'm so abundant. Even when I'm not looking, it always shows up in my reality. I don't have to overthink it. And even regardless of the broke, whatever, it doesn't matter. That's not important. That's not my focus. Right now, I'm grateful for this existence, this abundance, and how it chooses to show up in my reality. And yes, it's showing up in the physical form, but also now I can think I start leaning into a space where I'm like, look at how A, B, and C showed up today saying, this is my treat to you. This is my gift to you. Thank you that this is happening in my reality. Thank you that this is showing up and I can be abundant and I can feel abundant and be grateful for it, because it's an experience that is showing me evidence of how much money flows into my life in different forms. Thank you that I'm receiving all of these experiences that are showing me the evidence that of what I desire, of what feels fulfilling to my heart space. And that's actually one of the things that I also want to highlight. Your heart is important. Listen to what your heart tells you, because your heart always has the answer. There's always connection between your feelings and your heart and the things that you desire. And by attracting and calling things using this center, this heart space, it feels you lean more into love. You lean more into the loving nature of these life experiences, be it they're good or they're bad. There's just something so much more healing and loving about them when you can understand them using your heart space. So anyway, tip number 3, I think I mentioned it in the last episode, is that when your bank account is not looking good, focus on the things that feel abundant in your life. And I go over it in the last episode, and I think you should just have a look-see at it, and it will give you more and more details. But just to elaborate just a bit more on that, when you focus on things that feel abundant in your life. So, there's an affirmation that I just thought of. The more I am grateful for life, the more life gives me to be grateful for. And I change and chop and change around, playing around with that affirmation, that the more of something that you do, which is you focusing more and more of your energy on that specific thing. It's like also developing habits, the consistency, the when you develop the habit of going to the gym, after some months you start to see the muscle definition, the toning. So the more you focus your energy on something, so the more of something that I do, the more of it I receive. So the more grateful you are, the more things you will receive to be grateful for. It's like where where your focus goes, energy flows. It's one of those. I have all of these quotes like pop popping in my head. Yeah, and if I can think of more tools, I will share them in the next episode. But for now, I'm just going to keep this one short, sweet, and straight to the point. Thank you for listening all the way to the end. My name is Obakeng, and I am your accidental therapist. Yes!